Hello, friends, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Well, we begin our journey in the adult timeline today. We have just pulled the Master Sword, and we are ready to explore Hyrule 7 years in the future. I'm sure everything's fine, you know, Ganondorf hasn't done too much. Oh. Yes, this was definitely a stark contrast to when we entered the Temple of Time as an adult. Or as a kid. As we can see, the market is now completely destroyed. Redeads everywhere. Yep. This place is now basically a graveyard. Which is funny, because that's where I'm going to have to head first. So thankfully everything outside the walls isn't all dark and gloomy. Except for the bridge part near the castle town. So, first things first, Sheik tells us that we need to head to Kakariko Village for something. Now, having played this game numerous times, I already know that that is going to be our next important item, the hookshot. But for that, I have to race Dompe. So we'll see how well this works. But there are a few things I can do here before I even step foot into the graveyard. So we're just going to come over here and visit Anju, or at least Cuckoo Lady in the game. I'm not sure if she was given the official name of Anju in Majora's Mask. So she's all saying that we've got a new breed of Cuckoo. And what this will start is the adult trading sequence. Now, I just wish I could kind of skip through this text really fast. Here, take this egg. So, with this new egg, I will hatch it again into another Cuckoo, but then I have to do something with the Cuckoo once it has hatched. That won't be for a little bit, though. I'll let time flow naturally, and once the Cuckoo has hatched, we will start to do a few elements of the trade sequence. Now, I am coming over here just for my own peace of mind, because there is a treasure chest you can get in here that is normally difficult to get in randomizers, because you do need a flame source. But it has been so long that I do not remember the contents of the chest in the original game. This one could just as easily be a fake, but it's just bombs. Okay. Okay, well, at least that takes care of that earworm there. I thought it was like a stray heart piece that I just completely forgot about. Now, what I won't forget about is this heart piece up here. Courtesy of the magic beans that have now all grown and fully matured. Now, of course, only some of them will lead towards actual important items. Some are just good for getting a few special rupees here and there. Okay, so now it's Dompe looking a little lighter on his feet. And speaking of lighter on feet, we are now going to do the graveyard race. So right now, all we have to do is get to the end. There is no restriction placed upon us. We are free to go as slow or as fast as we feel like, as long as we don't necessarily dawdle. There is like an implied time limit with some doors. And I swear that fire's got homing. Good thing this isn't my serious attempt. Because what you have to do after this race, there will be another race you have to do. That one being a more timed race. And you have to get to the end of this race in under a minute. Now, could I do it? Not quite. Good thing this was not the serious attempt. Time of that race was 101. Young man, you were very quick to be able to keep up with me. As a reward, I'm going to give you my treasure. It's called the hook shot. Its spring-loaded chain will pull you to any spot where its hook sticks. Doesn't that sound cool? I'm sure it will help you. I live here now, so come back again sometime. I'll give you something cool. one more thing. Be careful on your way back. Alright. But that chest does indeed now give us one of my favorite items in all of Zelda media, the hook shot. So now we got our first tool for the adult timeline, which will be useful for getting us a lot of places, especially the Forest Temple. Now, I'm not going to stop by the Forest Temple right away. I am going to do... my plan is to do a whole bunch of side questing. Now, here's a fun little trick I picked up having played randomizers before. So what I'm going to do here is try to void link out, which will send me back to the beginning of the graveyard. So here we go. So there we go. You just have to trick the door into closing, and then when the game registers that you are in a spot you are soft locked, it will warp you back to the beginning. Are you fast on your feet? Alright, so now this is the serious race, so I'm going to focus here for a second. Because I have to hear when Dompe tosses a flame, and I can react. Not now, Navi, I'm racing. Haha. Certainly doing a lot better this time. I mean, flame? No. Yes, much better. $55? That's probably one of my best times yet. Time of this race was 55 seconds. You're back, young man. Was the present I gave you to fun and useful? I'll certainly take this present, too. So, heart piece acquired, and now I will actually leave through here. And we will use the Song of Time to get ourselves out of the graveyard. And this is a good way to teach us that this is what the Song of Time can be used for. Also, Navi, what do you want? Oh yeah, so she's, Navi's like, hey, you should, see if Saria's doing okay, you know? Actually, you know what? I did say this was something I very rarely did playing Ocarina. Let's actually do that. You want to talk to Saria, right? So yeah, let's do it. Link? This is Saria. Can you hear me? Great, you're safe. I knew I would hear from you again. I'm in the Forest Temple. The forest spirits were calling for help, so I went to check it out. But it's full of evil monsters. Help me, Link. Do you want to talk to Saria again? What is this, Kapora Gabora? Okay. So now that we're here in the Windmill 2, here is another heart piece you can get. The bar down there you can use to do a quick jump up here, but since I did this the actual way, I'll just get it like this. And look at that, we are now in our second bar of health. And then we've got Guru Guru over here looking all angry-like, and it's like, what? You've got an ocarina? What the heck? That reminds me of that time, 7 years ago. Back then, a mean kid came here and played a strange song. It messed up this windmill. I'll never forget this song. And thus starts one of the weirdest time paradoxes in Zelda history, because for Guru Guru to be this angry, we had to have played the song. This is when we learn the song. So we create this weird, like, paradox loop where it's like, he teaches us a song we don't know so that we can't play it to cause this to happen. But, regardless, we have the Song of Storms. Okay. Now then. Next up on the list, I am going to come over here real fast. Just kind of taking care of a few things that I know I can work towards. So the first thing I'm going to do, we'll set this as my entry point into Kakariko. And we're going to play a good old sun song. We'll instantly turn it to night. And then using our newly acquired hook shot, not Din's Fire yet, we'll go across the rooftops. Isn't that lovely? And that's because there is a gold Skulltula that hangs out here. Still gotta collect them all. But we're nearly at the halfway mark with all of them, which is great. Okay, nothing else nighttime in particular. So I shall summon the sun from the rooftops. And there we go. The cuckoo that I have is now hatched. Now then. What do cuckoos like to do? But wake up very, very sleepy people. And if we look over here, it's Talon. Just having a nice little nap. Let's wake him up. What in tarnation? Okay. Ingo took over Lon Lon Ranch, and they call it Ingo Ranch nowadays. I was kicked out of there. Look at me now. My girl Malin still works at the ranch. I'm worried about her. Oops. So yes, Lon Lon Ranch is a place I will have to visit eventually to get Epona. That will come in due time. But for now, we have a cuckoo that has woken a very, very sleepy person. And now Anju's like, oh my goodness, this cuckoo is so happy. Knowing that you're such a good cuckoo keeper, I'll give you this one. And thus begins the trade sequence. Now we get Kojiro the Blue Cuckoo. Eventually. Once we get through all the text boxes. Alright, Kojiro the Cuckoo. So the point with Kojiro is to find the owner, which will be a spot I will visit eventually. Oops, another thing I wanted to do. Gotcha. So we're just going to do this real fast. Did skip over this as a child, but I don't necessarily need to do this. But the thing that I get as a result, also I just realized that's the first random magic jar I have picked up since I got magic, my goodness. But we just take care of these two redeads here. I'll also take that. Magic might be at a bit of a premium for a bit. But this gets me a huge rupee. So I do have a little trick I'm going to try to do here. It's more of just like a fun thing. Alright, I want this and that. I want to see if I can make this work. I don't really need the milk right now. My health is getting quite high up. But I'm going to try this. So if I'm fast enough, I can get multiple bugs in bottles. And then I come over here, and I can sell one of the bottles for 50 rupees. And we'll try that one more time. So there's one. And there's two. Perfect. So now I still have a bottle with bugs, but now I have supercharged my wallet. I did switch the bottle that was in, but that's fine. We'll do that for now. So this one might seem a bit overkill, but I'm going to buy some blue fire. Now, for anyone who knows this game, I will eventually come to the ice cavern, which is filled with blue fire, and I can use the blue fire from the ice cavern to do whatever I need to do. That is more of a, I know I'm going to have a heck of a lot of rupees. I'm going to try to use them in ways to speed things up, because I really haven't gone shopping for a lot of things. So in that case, I'm going to be making a fun pit stop to Zora's Domain. And I will be able to get an early Zora tunic. I might even do a few other fun tricks. But we are going to make our way into Goron City. Just have to dodge all these boulders. I was cutting it close a little bit. Alright, well, I did skip this the whole way up, so I might as well get it. It's a free 50. There we go. Now, there are a few gold Skulltulas up on this part of the mountain, but I need the Megaton Hammer to get them. So, I have to skip that for now. That's a little too early, I think. Oops. That didn't quite work. You know what? We're gonna let Bombchus handle this. If I was good at aiming. But yeah, we just wanted to get this back down to the correct hallway again, you know? Gotcha. How could you do this to me? You Ganondorf's servant. Hear my name and tremble. I am Link, hero of the Gorons. Why do you have my name, kid? What? Your name is also Link? Then you must be the legendary Dodongo Buster and Hero Link. My dad is Darunia. Do you remember him? Dad named me Link after you because you're so brave. It's a cool name. I really like it. Link, you're a hero to us Gorons. I'm so glad to meet you. Please give me your autograph. Sign it to my friend, Link of the Gorons. Oh, I guess it's not a good time to ask you for this. Please help everyone. My dad, Darunia, went to the fire temple. A dragon is inside. If we don't hurry up, even my dad'll be eaten by the dragon. I can't really do fake crying. So now we have to do the 2 parts of the conversation. So now we'll ask about the dragon. A long time ago, there was an evil dragon named Volvagia living up in the mountain. Volvagia, I can never remember which is the pronunciation. I think I'm just going to stick with Volvagia for this one, even though I did just say Volvagia. That dragon was very scary. He ate Gorons. Using a huge hammer, the hero of the Gorons, boom! Destroyed it just like that. It's a myth from long ago, but it's true. I know, because my dad is a descendant of the hero. Jeez, I really do suck at fake crying. So we have to ask the other one. Everybody was taken to the fire temple. While my dad went out, Ganondorf's followers came and took them all away. All of them will be eaten by Volvagia. Dad said that Ganondorf has revived Volvagia. As a warning to those who might oppose him, Ganondorf is going to feed them all to Volvagia. Dad went to the fire temple all by himself to try and save everyone. Please help, Link. I'll give you this heat-resistant tunic. And there we go, freebie Goron tunic. Alright, and that opens the way for the shortcut into Death Mountain Crater. Now, do I have enough reach with the hook shot? Yes, I do. Not? My goodness. I know the long shot would be great here. Gotcha. Can I take out my boomerang? I don't see why an adult couldn't use it. Alright, I will have to skip the side chamber for now because that is currently blocked by Megaton Hammer boulders. Alright, no reason why not to get a freebie 20. And there we are. Now, I could put on the tunic, but for right now, I actually do have plenty of time to come down here and get this. Hey, Sheik! It is something that grows over time. A true friendship. A feeling in the heart that becomes even stronger over time. The passion of friendship will soon blossom into a righteous power, and through it, you will know which way to go. This song is dedicated to the power of the heart. Listen to the Bolero of Fire. That is one thing I actually do like, is all of Sheik's dialogue before, like, when you're getting the songs. They're really good messages. Like, that one here is just, like, true friendship. Oops. Friendship that is true will, like, blossom over time into something that's just really strong. Like, I know my my whole shtick starting these videos is always to say hello friends, but it is something that I do take with a lot of heart, you know? Just myself growing up, I was very strict on what I defined as a friend. So I had friends, yes, but very few. But growing up and seeing just how wonderful friendship actually is, I got better at accepting friends more, and through that, I've made some very, very wonderful friendships. So, to all friends out there, thank you. Alright, with that, we have the Goron Tunic, which, hey, we haven't even entered the Forest Temple, and already we're doing a bunch of planning ahead of time. And mind you, I am just winging a lot of this. Like, I might have a few things in mind that I'm working towards, but it's not so much of, like, this is how I do things all the time. It's, oh, I know that I can do a bunch of things here for planning. Also, if you can hear, we just had Cuckoo Crow there. And if you pay attention, you'll realize that that wasn't just any old cuckoo, that was Kojiro. Kojiro senses his owner here. And if we come over here, look at that. No response, he's sleeping. And then wakes up before we even pull Kojiro out. Kojiro? Why? Normally only a nice guy like me can tame you. Which means, you must be a nice guy. Must be. You must be. Please, Mr. Nice Guy, please. Deliver this stuff to the old hag in the potion shop in Kakariko Village. This will disappear if you take too long, so you gotta hurry. I will do so. Now, I will not update my tracker because I could fail this. Alright, we got 3 minutes. Now, thankfully, this is a very easy time limit to make. And as we can see, Kokiri Forest here is now overrun by monsters. All of the Kokiri children are now sequestered in their houses for safety. And pretty soon we will get to the Forest Temple to take care of all the evil in the forest. After I do like 50 more side quests. Alright, so now we'll go this way. Now, I cannot quite recall if the later portions of the trade sequence are very tight on time without aid of Epona. So, there will come a point here in a bit where I will likely try to get Epona and free her and all things at the ranch. Also, I am going to do that. I don't know if I'd be able to get into the back potion shop in time, so we're just going to make it daytime, and I can take the regular potion shop shortcut. Make it simple, you know? So now we'll just come over here real quick. I think there's another time-limity item I'll have to get here in just a second. So we come over here. And we come in this way. So, do you say something? What a mysterious smell. He must have something. Oops. This is that something. That bum. He had to go to the forest. I see. Hey, give it to me now. Sure. Part of the trade sequence. If you see that fool, give this to him. It's the strongest medicine I have ever produced. However, this potion will not work on a monster. So now we've got the odd potion. Now, do I have a time limit? Yeah. They say that there is no medicine that can cure a fool. I guess that's true. Okay, looks like we are free to take our time with the odd potion, which is great. Because I think I have... Nope, that is not a good angle for that. So I'm going to get that rooftop heart piece while I am thinking about it. We're doing pretty good for hearts. I mean, we're just about at full heart 12. And if we think about it, there are 5 dungeons left in the game. So that's 5 more heart containers. That would put me at 16 hearts. So I don't have a lot of heart pieces left to find, which is pretty cool. So that's 2, which would that would give me heart 12. There's the 5 heart containers that would put me to 17. So that's 14 more heart pieces left to get. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right. Well, we're going to make our way back to the forest. Come on, up we go. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, because if I remember the sequence of events for the trade sequence, this would give us the poacher's saw. Oops. And also a dunk in the water. This would give me the poacher's saw. Poacher's saw would get me the broken giant's knife. Then the giant's knife would give me... what was it? Oh, yes. That would give me the prescription. The prescription would take me to King Zora, which at that point I would make my way up to Zora's domain. I would need to get a Pona before I do that, so I might actually go and do a race at Lon Lon Ranch. But we gotta get our way there first. So we come over here. And that guy's not here anymore. It's one of the Kokiri. That guy isn't here anymore. Anybody who comes into the forest will be lost. Everybody will become a Stalfos. Everybody? Stalfos. So he's not here anymore. But what am I supposed to do with this? Oh, I think she just gives the same statement here. So he's not here anymore. Only his saw is left. That medicine is made of forest mushrooms. Give it back. Okay, so that is the next portion. We are at the poacher saw. Are you going to be 2? Funny fact, actually. That Kokiri model is a unique Kokiri model, like Saria and Mido. I think in the original Ocarina material, that Kokiri was supposed to be another sage. I think more particularly the sage of whatever the Wind Temple was going to be. Hey! You actually jumped and got me, my goodness. Okay, so we get a little flyby here, but I do want to get to that alcove up there just for a few extra rupees. Wow, we really do get a flyby around Kokiri Forest. I very rarely take this magic bean ride. And all it does is just get me these rupees. But that's fine. Gives me enough for a few extra. Because I know I'm going to have to bet a few rupees going into racing for Epona. So why don't we go do that? So let's make our way to Lon Lon Ranch. Let's see how well I can race Epona. It has been a very, very long time since I have done this race. Ordinarily, when I do my randomizers, I skip this altogether because the cool part is you can summon Epona, like, we'll say this is like Majora's Mask for sure, but the act of getting Epona's song is what lets you summon Epona in Majora's Mask. So that's kind of, that's the setting that we would typically use in Ocarina, where Epona is always freed, but you have to get Epona's song to be able to call Epona. So we'll just come over here. So, there are some people in Kakariko spreading rumors that I cheated Talon out of the ranch, but don't be ridiculous. That guy Talon was weak. I, the hard-working Ingo, poured so much energy into this place. I don't want any strangers like you saying anything bad about me. Listen, the great Ganondorf recognized my obvious talents and gave the ranch to me. I will raise a fine horse and win recognition from the great Ganondorf. Say, young man, do you want to ride on one of my fine horses? Pay me 10 rupees, and you can ride. Do you want to hear how to ride? I don't need to. Thank you much. So, if I know how this works, you have to come in here, you have to come in here for the first time. So there's Epona. Epona instantly knows now it's us, so we can ride Epona. I'm gonna do a little practice for myself, because I have a hard time with these gates. Plus it gives me a few rupees back anyways, and I need that. There we go. But you have to come in here to do one race. So when you want to dismount, stop and press A. Okay. Hold on. When time is here, I'll kick you out. Do you say something different? No. Okay, so I do have to leave. And then we talk to Ingo again. We get another chance to ride for 10 rupees. And now we call Epona. Or attempt to, if I can play my notes right. So come forth, my trusty steed. And then we come over here to Ingo, and Ingo's like, oh, you're getting pretty good. Why don't we have a little race? So he just wants one lap around the corral, and we'll use this horse. So we have to have 50 rupees on our person to be able to do this race. Now here's hoping I can do this. Again, it has been ages since I have done this race. So if we can just... So my trick, get in front of him. Then use that chime to restore your carrots. Okay, well, that wasn't so bad, actually. I had that pretty well. Then Ingo's gonna be like, how the heck? And then decides on one final wager. So he's like, hey you, how about another race? If you win, you can keep the horse. It's like, I don't want this humiliation. Here we go again. I think Ingo takes this a little... No, we can do the same trick. Get in front. Store some carrots. Good, I think that'll be just enough. Ah! Oh, okay, it just went up to 26 seconds there. But we did it! We have won Epona! What's up with that horse? Is that Epona? How did you tame that wild horse right under my nose? I was going to present that horse to the great Ganondorf, but I betted on the race and lost. Shoot! As I promised, I'll give the horse to you. However, I'll never let you leave this ranch. How funny, Ingo. Okay, I know the whole point is to jump over those gates there, but I think you can also do this. So just give me a sec here. I want to see if I can surprise... Not quite. Actually, hold on. What do you say? I'm curious. Do you just say the same text? As I promised, I'll give the horse to you. However, I'll never let you leave the ranch. Okay. So I feel like you can also jump these gates, but I do want to have a little fun here and try that for just a moment. So I just need a bit of a running start, straight on, and nope, we stop. Apparently we can't jump past Ingo there. Sorry, Coco. So, time to free Epona. Yup. And with that, we have horseback. Alright, so with that, I'm gonna now make my way back to Kakariko real quick. I want to test something here, because there are story-related things that, due to skipping over in the randomizers, I have not done in forever. So, I forget how most of the stuff works sometimes. So I'm just really curious with Talon. Because now I freed the ranch, Talon should now go back to Lon Lon Ranch. But I want to be sure that that is something I don't have to manually do. And you know, now that I have Epona, I think I can actually take care of the whole trade sequence right now. So, yeah. Did you save Malon? Thanks! I'm going back to the ranch then! Yeah! So why not? You know, okay, yeah, it's actually gonna turn to nighttime when I leave. So we'll do... Oh yes, I have to wait. Yeah, you're just gonna... I'll let you just turn to nighttime real quick. That way I only have to play the Ocarina once. There we go. And time for the fastest night ever. Now, since I don't have a bow, I can't do any Poe hunting yet. That's going to be something I will struggle with later. So now that we have freed Lon Lon Ranch, everyone is now happy and going about their usual business. Even Ingo has mysteriously turned over a new leaf and is like, I'm super happy to be working at this ranch. I want to say it was something like just an inner darkness that was just coming from him, and now that he's free of it, he's just a much happier person. Hi there, how are you? I am Ingo. I feel so honored to be allowed to work here. Like, he is just happier. And then over here we have Malon, who we could have talked to in the barn house before we did the race, but I did just skip over it. Thank you very much for the other day. I haven't even asked you your name yet. Really? Link? That's what I thought. You're the fairy boy from the forest. That was years ago. Do you remember me? You do? Sure, it was because Epona remembered you. Oh, I have to tell you about Mr. Ingo. He was afraid that the evil king might find out that Epona had been taken away. It really upset him. But one day, all of a sudden, he went back to being a normal, nice person. Now my dad is coming back. I can't believe it, but Peace is returning to this ranch. It's all because of you. I owe you so much. Thank you. Okay, now I think if we talk to her with Epona, we can get the special minigame Erase. Epona looks great. It looks like you were able to tame her too. How about trying your skill with Epona on an obstacle course? I'll time you for 2 laps. It's pretty challenging. If you miss jumping a fence in the proper order, you'll fail. Okay, so I think... yeah, the current record is 50 seconds. First, try to beat this record. If you can beat the record, I'll give you a present. Okay, so I do have to do this in under 50 seconds. This is one that I struggle with a lot, so we'll see how well this goes. Yeah. And look at that. I've already failed. I'm just gonna skip them. Yeah. You failed. Yeah, this is gonna take a hot minute. So... oh. Okay, well, that works. Alright, I'll give it a few more attempts anyways. So this wall is pretty quick. Thankfully, the little walls aren't so bad, but now I want a little speed. Get back on that inside. Definitely got some hearts. Don't know how well this will go, but we'll give it a shot. Can I jump too? Good. Oh, I mistimed that one. 48. Oh, yes! 1 second to go. You did it! 49 seconds is the new course record. I have to give you a present to commemorate your new record. The present is a little too heavy to give to you here, so I'll have it delivered to your house. Bet you can't wait to see what it is. I bet you're just milking the suspense. But that's great. I don't have to come back to Lon Lon Ranch for any other reason now. I've got all the Gold Skulltulas, because the only Gold Skulltulas actually appear in the child timeline. So I can just skip Lon Lon Ranch for the rest of the game now. This is awesome. Now, I will come over here, too, because I do remember... oh, wait, no, I need the Iron Boots to get that one successfully, I think. That one will have to wait. But, now with that minigame done and over with, why don't we just keep going with the trade sequence right now? Because this is working out really well for me right now. And because I have Epona, I can access Gerudo Valley a lot quicker. So time to bring Epona over. I really wish they did make that bridge wider. The plank of wood, I meant, not the, like, other bridge that I just jumped there. But anyways, here's your poacher saw. Hey, that saw! It's mine! But I thought I left that saw with my old lady. Oh well. My Bigoron tool broke, so I was going to Goron City to get it repaired. Your coming here is great timing. Will you give me my saw? Of course. Good kid, thanks. I'm sorry that I can't give you something as good in return, but take this anyway. And now we get the Broken Goron Sword. So now we'll make our way back up to Death Mountain. But first... oh, not enough speed. Now, if I wanted to, I could actually try to do the Thieves' Hideout. But I'm gonna skip that for now. Do that when I'm, not only a little bit better decked out, but a little bit more ready to do all of the Gerudo area missions. Okay. Now let me think this plan through. Yes, I can. Thanks to the convenience of warp magic, I can warp myself up to Death Mountain Crater. Ah, yes, I have to do the... I have to watch the full warp animations. I forgot that fact. It's funny, I did get that Goron tunic, but I have not had a need yet to wear it. Definitely once you get this full of health, you are much better... Oh, that was close. I almost ate that. You are much better off traversing this area without the Goron tunic. I see the Goron tunic as a very good accessory that like gives you a benefit, but you don't necessarily need it. And even the Zora tunic can be seen as something like that, where it's just, it helps you if you're struggling, but you are perfectly capable of doing things otherwise. But here we have Bigoron, and he's not looking so good. My brother opened a new store. It's Medigoron's Blade Store. However, I am better at making blades. Hylian carpenters praise me for my skills. I'm not lying. Well then, can you have a look at this? Oh, sorry, you got something in your eye. That broken knife is surely my work. I really want to repair it. But because of yesterday's eruption, my eyes are irritated. There are fine eye drops in Zora's domain. You can find them if you go see King Zora. Please go get the eye drops. And now we have the prescription. So now, sadly, I do have to make the longer trek. Oh, wait. Yeah. Oh, hold on. This would be a little faster for me, I think. If I go back up to the crater, take the shortcut into Goron City, and go Lost Woods. Yes, that's what I'll do. Oh no, I only lost like 2 seconds of my maximum time. Whatever will I do? But yeah, I think this will be faster for me. Also, every time you go to the crater and back, it resets the rupee in the pot. So for a later portion rupee farm, that is actually a good spot. So now we go over here. And then there's Mido blocking the way. Just like the old days. Good grief. Thankfully, our silver scale does let us dive down here. It really is a shame that we can't use the Zora's Domain shortcut from Lake Hylia. Like, I know the whole point is that Zora's Domain froze over, but I really do wish they could have kept what I think was originally the case, that Zora's Domain would thaw out after beating the Water Temple. But we get what we got. So this was kind of the reason that I brought the blue fire earlier. Now, I will admit, I was kind of winging most of the trade sequence startup, but considering I am this close to having it finished, before I've even stepped into the first serious dungeon, I will accept this outcome. Now, I do have one other trick that I'm going to do here somewhat soon. Actually, if I plan things right, I could have this all taken care of ahead of time. So, oh, I've come back to life. Was it you who saved me? Oh, don't be nervous. It looks like you have a hard time breathing underwater. As an expression of my gratitude, I grant you this tunic. With this, you won't choke underwater. And look at that, we haven't even entered the forest temple, and we now have a Zora tunic. Which, considering that my favorite color is blue, I'm putting on right now. What would have been cool is if, like, the Kokiri tunic got a buff later on. Like, maybe like a Great Fairy buff. Or, heck, actually, Kokiri tunic gives double defense. Like, that would give you a reason to wear the tunic. Okay, so let's go over here. Just missed. Now, I am definitely doing this way, way out of order. But this is kind of fun. So there's another heart piece. Hey now! That's not how physics work. So I am going to do... This is definitely a way out of order thing. But I'm going to do this. Aha! That's also not how physics work. So I'm really curious to see if I can do this without a bow. I have 2 open bottles for blue fire. If I can get to the end and get all the Skulltulas, I can have the ice cavern taken care of already. Takes care of that one. Thank goodness this is not like Twilight Princess, where the Zora tunic has extra elemental weaknesses attached to it. That was something I hated a lot. I certainly remember, like, I will say at least it makes sense, but it's something I did not like, because I liked the Zora tunic's look, but then whenever I randomly went to a place that was fire heavy, or especially ice heavy, I would be taking a lot of damage, and I wouldn't know why until I actually read the description, and I'm like, this sucks. Alright, we got that. That's 48. And the nice part, all these silver rupee puzzles do give us rupees. And we have a huge wallet that we can just work towards. Okay. Hooray for rolling invulnerability. Okay, so I don't need the prescription at the moment. I do definitely want to get things. So here I do need... Aha! I can break out of your ice. So yes, I will... That's like danger waiting to happen. Yeah, I'll take it. There. Takes care of that threat anyways. We'll get ourselves a small stock of blue fire. Now I guess that... Oh! Sweet. That's one way you can break out of it. Not enough. Get you in a moment. There we go. Takes care of your problem. I was today's years old when I learned that you can use a hookshot on the freezers. That's really effective. Okay. We'll get the dungeon map, we'll get the compass. I guess that can be quantified towards 100%. I mean, I know I probably said this like a few times already. Like, I get why it would be a 100% thing. Also, can I please control my movements? Thank you. But it's not like you need the maps or compasses, but they are collectibles that do stay in your inventory by technicality, so I think I can at least accept that that is a thing. Okay. now we have this way open, which I think takes us to the side room with the compass chest and another piece of heart, no less. Take that. It is a good thing that Keese can't get ice powers from blue fire, because A, that wouldn't make any sense, and B, that would just make them more evil. So, no flybys for you. And there's also a gold Skulltula in here as well. That'll give us token number 49. Now here we go with the compass. I will say, this is definitely the most out of order thing I have ever done playing Ocarina. I know that I have done runs of the game where I would try to get the Giant's Knife as quick as possible, but I don't think I would ever do the Ice Cavern until I had done Forest Temple and Fire Temple, because you know it's the order of the things that you do. Like, I didn't want to stray too far away from the intended game order, you know? Like, never did things outside the box. Side quests would be one thing, but actual dungeons, yeah, I would definitely do things in their intended order and would be very rigid towards doing those. And by rigid, I mean just I wouldn't, like, deviate. I guess it would just be, like, I would do all the extra preparation, but I would never do dungeons out of order. Okay. So now we'll go towards the other room. Yes. Oops. I blanked on what order to do things. You are not going to bother me. There's the other gold Skulltula over there. Come on. Gotcha. And we are now officially halfway through all the gold Skulltulas. Also, yes, that was also every gold Skulltula in the Ice Cavern. So don't have to worry about it anymore. Okay, so for anyone who didn't see the Ocarina randomizer that I played for my little warm-up week return, I believe it was the 4th episode. I think, if I remember correctly, it was called The Coolest Thing I'd Ever Done, or one of the coolest things. So I ended up having to come in here as Child Link, which, oh, I'll explain that in a moment too. But I had to come in here as Child Link to do the Ice Cavern, which was something I had never done before. So doing this ice block pushing here, I ended up seeing that young Link would continuously grip the ice block when it was moving. So I literally could drift with the ice block to its end location. As you can see, Adult Link doesn't grip the block and move with it. You have to let it slide. So it was one of the coolest things I had ever done. Now that one bit, not sure if I'll be able to make this. I think I made this as Child Link, so I could probably do it, but I'll just be sure. So what I did back there with that red ice chunk that I just did a jump slash through and got the ruby that was underneath. So every object in this game has a hitbox, so it determines what collision properties occur between objects. Like the red ice has a hitbox, this ice block has a hitbox, Link has a hitbox. So everything has a hitbox for collision. So when you do a jump slash, naturally that extends your hitbox going forward. But it doesn't update your, shall we say, ability to not collide with objects until you've done the last part of the jump slash. So when you make the jump, your hitbox extends through the red ice, and then you still have the ability to pick things up while you're doing so. So I would just pick up the rupee that was underneath it. And that is one tactic you can do to save having to grab more blue fire. Well, look at that. We haven't even entered the forest temple, and we're already at the end of the ice cavern. And down goes the mini-boss. And now we get our little tool from the ice cavern. The Iron Boots. So heavy you can't run. So heavy you can't float. And also a surprise visit from Sheik. Why haven't you gone to the forest temple yet? We meet again, Link. If you came here to meet the Zoras, you wasted your time. This is all there is. Where are the Zoras? Like, I know this is N64 not being able to render things, but can you at least show some frozen Zoras in the ice wall? With one exception, the Zoras are now sealed under this thick ice sheet. I managed to rescue the Zora princess from under the ice, but she left to head for the water temple. This ice is created by an evil curse. The monster in the water temple is the source of the curse. Unless you shut off the source, this ice will never melt. If you have courage enough to confront the danger and save the Zoras, I will teach you the melody that leads to the temple. Time passes, people move. Like a river's flow, it never ends. A childish mind will turn to noble ambition. Young love will become deep affection. The clear water's surface reflects growth. Now listen to the serenade of water to reflect upon yourself. And now we will have Warp Song access to Lake Hylia, which is awesome. Not that it does us any good at the moment, but warp magic in this game is pretty good for getting around Hyrule. Alright, Serenade of Water is officially ours. Link, I'll see you again. Hopefully at the Forest Temple this time. Alright, well we got the Serenade of Water. We're all set up for the Ice Cavern. So I'm going to call the episode here. And on the next episode, we will continue going around Hyrule. And hopefully we'll finish the trade sequence. It would be pretty fun to have the Giant's Knife going into... Or Bigoron's Sword. Have I been saying Giant's Knife this whole time? Wow, I'm doing a disservice to the Bigoron's Sword itself. Either way, so next time, hopefully we will finish the trade sequence, get the Bigoron's Sword, and we will then make our way to the Forest Temple proper, and we'll see how long that will take. But that will be on the next episode. So thank you very much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this little journey around Hyrule, and I hope to see you on the next one. So as always, take care, stay safe, and have a good day.